everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm back here again with another sports card collecting and investing video. I'm here to bring you guys a very hot topic, and that's how trends keep this card market afloat and pretty much fluctuate all the time, and it moves very fast, and I love that part of this hobby. So without further ado, if you are brand new to this channel, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this video as well as commenting. Let me know what you think. If you guys haven't noticed, if you're fairly new to the sports card, collecting hobby, investing, flipping, you see quickly that things move extremely fast. And I'm here to pretty much just talk about what the possible next trend is going to be, even though it's already kind of trending that way. I was talking the other day about the established and Hall of Fame players, about how they're going to keep their long-term value, I believe, over the modern cards. And a lot of people were I was seeing a lot of videos. A lot of people were posting videos and just talking about the modern card market and saying how it was possibly crashing, or will things ever recover? Why are my cards not selling? And like I was saying in the last video 2-3 days ago, people started realizing it's just so inflated. However, that inflation, I believe, is going to kick back up, and the hype is going to be there again on those modern players. And it's crazy because I posted that video 2-3 days ago, and then Sports Card Investor, one of the biggest platforms on YouTube, they actually posted a video talking about the ways that he sees modern cards trending back up slowly. So I'm extremely excited to talk about this topic today, because I want to talk about some of the modern cards that I think will be moving in the right direction, as well as I do want to talk about an iconic set that I think will hold great value long term. I think it is a great buy for collectors, investors. I don't think it's it could be a great buy for flippers if you want to flip it for profit very easily. But I think this is going to be a very, very sought for set, and it's very aesthetically pleasing. It's a very nice set, and I think a lot of collectors finally started gravitating towards it. I was very big on it last year, but we'll talk about that here in a minute. First, I want to talk about modern cards and how they're moving towards how and when they will start coming back in demand. I think they're already slowly creeping back into demand. A lot of people, they took advantage of that the vintage period, which was I guess you could say the last month or two, and they started realizing like prices were overinflated on young hype players. In my opinion, I don't want to tell you guys what to buy or who to buy. In my opinion, I'm gonna bet on myself, and I think a lot of people are doing this as well. I think with modern cards trending up, I think modern cards sealed wax, modern card and ultra modern, I think the sealed wax is gonna go a little bit more than, and it's gonna move faster than the cards. That's just my opinion. Not saying, hey, go out and buy a bunch of this sealed wax over this player or something. Like I said, I just think that's going to be one of the trends. But I do think, I do agree with some of the channels and some of the people out there that are saying, hey, modern cards are back on their way. And if we're looking at modern cards, I think one of the most underrated modern card sets is 2017 class for basketball. This class, I think, is the most complete right now. I think it's got the most stars. I think these guys are, they look like they can be in this league for a long time, and they look like they can be all-stars for a long time, and they could potentially win, I think these guys in 2017 have a chance more to win at the biggest stage rather than win individual accolades. And I think that'll kind of hold up more long term. I think, in my opinion, if you're a great player, all-star, but you got you got a couple more rings than this player, I think that makes you a little more collectible because people saw you on that stage. That's just how I see it whenever people try to collect and put their money into established Hall of Fame players and stuff. They look at those those big number players, and they kind of, okay, they were established, they did great in this league, they're very attainable, they have a very attainable price. And then there's those players that, yes, they were great in their time. They were great scorers, made multiple all-star games, but they showed it as well on the biggest stage. I think, showing it on the biggest stage is really what, just, it catches my eye. And I think that's what a lot of investors and long-term holders are really looking for as well. So If we're talking about the 2017 class, you got Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox, Lonzo Ball, Lauri Markkanen, Markelle Fultz, OG Anunoby, Jonathan Isaac, John Collins, Kyle Kuzma, and Bam Adebayo. Right now, there's the four, overwhelming favorites is, Tatum, Fox, Mitchell, Bam. No order, and no in particular order at all. But if you guys are looking, for example, if you guys have trouble looking for sealed wax, or just kind of seeing how it is to kind of search for it and look at, great comps, I do recommend going towards 130 Point. It's 130point.com. You could type in, for example, I like to type in a very broad overview. So 2017 NBA box, I put minus break because you can see, a bunch of breaks pull up in the search listings. But as you can see here, like for example, a blaster box from 2017, Don Russ sold for $91. That is extremely, extremely underrated, undervalued if you could still get a blaster box for less than $100. And guys, sometimes, I think there's very great money to be made even in resold boxes, like paying the resale price, even after if you don't get it for retail. There's still a lot of great money to be made. If we're looking at 2018, for example, look at NBA hoops. 2018 blaster of NBA hoops is $231. That just puts stuff into perspective. And obviously 2018 does have a really good class, such as Luka, Trey, MPJ, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Colin Sexton, Marvin Bagley III, Marvin Bagley Jr., Marvin Bagley III. DeAndre Ayton, but they're great players and all. I think Luka and Trey are very overwhelming favorites in that draft class, so they're going to be very collectible. I think they're here to stay as well for the long term. But like I said, I think 2017 is so underrated. Like De'Aaron Fox, Tatum, Mitchell, Bam, all four of them are already so good already. Like they're just already collectively very great. And I think that class is very underrated too. And I do recommend looking into those. Like I said, I don't want to tell you, hey, go buy this, because I just don't want to do that. I don't want to steer you in the wrong way. Just saying, those are things to look for. And then, one of the most iconic sets that I do want to tell you guys about here that I think is very aesthetically pleasing, as well as very collectible, I think, in the future, is going to be that 2008 Topps Chrome. I don't know if you guys have noticed, the Topps Chrome 2008 Kobe Bryant card has just went crazy. The 2008 Topps Chrome LeBron James card has went crazy. Whenever I'm looking at this set, I wrote a bunch of things down. There's so many collectible players. There's so many Hall of Fame players in this. And the photography, the pictures that they use for these cards are just aesthetically pleasing. They're very collectible. They look really great for displays. Just for example, some of the players that are in there that I can break down for you. You got Dwayne Wade, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Dirk Nowitzki, Dwight Howard, Vince Carter, Tony Parker, Allen Iverson, Andre Iguodala, Pau Gasol, Kevin Durant, second-year card, Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul, Chris Bosh, Shaquille O'Neal, Steve Nash, Jason Kidd, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, Rajon Rondo, Derrick Rose rookie card, Russell Westbrook rookie card, Kevin Love rookie card, J.R. Smith, Marc Gasol rookie card, Yao Ming, Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan, Brendan Roy. The list goes on. But so many players, so many great players that have came throughout this league are in that set. Obviously, you do have some Hall of Fame players like Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and stuff like that are always in those sets. But I think it's very collectible. It's crazy because I was buying this, as you can see here, in June. I bought two Topps Chrome 2008 Kobe Bryant cards. I bought one raw. I sent it off to PSA. It's still currently at PSA, and I bought a PSA 9 pretty much for less than. So I bought one for the PSA 9. I bought for $280. The raw card I bought for $135, and they have went crazy here. And then the LeBron, the 2008. I didn't get the Topps Chrome, but I bought the Topps, and I was very excited to pick that up. Honestly, too, with the Topps Chrome, if you look at the 2008, 2009 Topps set, those are really, the lower end, but they're still very, very expensive in pricing. So I think that 2008 set is going to be very iconic. Like I said, there's a lot of great collectible players in there, Hall of Famers, second-year cards, great rookies. I do think that's going to be really good going forward. And then going back to the modern card stuff, how it's trending up, I think it's going to continue to trend up slowly. It's going to creep back up. I think we're going to see probably a peak, or like, you know, where it's moving very frequently during the beginning of April. And that's going to be the perfect time, guys, to capitalize on buying those established and Hall of Fame players, because there's going to be that new trend. People are back on modern. Vintage is going to go back to undervalued. It's going to be a great opportunity as well to buy those players that I was telling you about on the last video, such as like the you know, who are currently in the league, that they're already Hall of Fame lock, which is like, you know, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Kawhi, Clay, Draymond, Dwight, James Harden, Dame, Russ, Anthony Davis, Giannis, Chris Paul, Melo, Kyrie Irving. And then you're going to see, I believe, another shift towards those players that are kind of on the bubble of being Hall of Famers, like I was saying in the last video as well, such as, you know, Joel Embiid, Paul George, Jimmy Butler, DeMar DeRozan, Derrick Rose, LaMarcus Aldridge, Kevin Love, Kyle Lowry, Blake Griffin, Rajon Rondo, Andre Iguodala, Marc Gasol, Pau Gasol, those type of players that, you know, have potential to possibly make the Hall of Fame. I think we're going to start seeing a trend that they're going to get very undervalued, and you're going to start seeing a lot of, you know, people getting those for a great rate. So while the new trend is probably going back towards modern, guys, please keep a keen eye and look at vintage, because I think it's going to go back to undervalued, and I think it's going to be a great opportunity for anybody. So, you know, I just want to give you guys a heads up. Going back here as well to the Topps Chrome, I do want to show you just some very keen prices on 2008 Topps Chrome as well. So I looked up a bunch of PSA 10s. So for example, we're going to start with Kevin Durant's PSA 10. His PSA 10, guys, it's crazy. The 2008 Topps Chrome second year card, $1,075. Here's the Kobe Bryant card. You know, I bought one for $250, the PSA 9. It's close to like 4,000, I believe. I actually sold one here for $1,500 about 2 weeks ago. I capitalized, I made great profit. Obviously, it's more money, but guys, you got to learn how to take profit, because profit at the end of the day is still profit, and it's a plus. So going back to the 2008 Kobe Bryant card, this is a PSA 10. This one sold for $10,000, one sold for $13,000, one sold for $11,000. It's crazy, I know. I'm telling you, this set, I believe, is going to keep trending up. It may correct itself, which it probably should. However, though, like I said, these photos are very aesthetically pleasing, and I think a lot of people are going to look into this, into collecting it for the long-term hold, because of the iconic players and the iconic photos. As you can see here, the Topps Chrome chalk tossed for LeBron. Let's see here, Topps Chrome. You can see a PSA 10 sold for $3,300. Dwayne Wade, the refractor sold for $525. Orange refractor sold for $500. The regular base sold for $183. I looked up Dirk Nowitzki. You know, a PSA 10. It took me a while to find this. A PSA 10 actually sold for right here. It was PSA 9. Excuse me, sold for $125. Etc. Etc. You know, here's Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook. You know, he's one of the iconic players inside of that set, and Derrick Rose. You know, their stuff is going to be going up, but in general, guys, I think this is going to be a great set to collect. I think, you know, just keep a keen eye out for it, and happy collecting, guys. I think it's going to be a great couple months here on the way. You know, it's going to be great for the hobby, and like I said, just do a lot of research. You know, be very diligent with your investing, and diversify for sure, as well as you know, just keep checking out everything. You know, trends are very fast in this hobby, so you don't want to be stuck holding the bag on something, which, like I said, I don't want you guys to be holding the bag on anything. So I really appreciate all the support, guys. Thank you again for watching this video and tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.